and happy holidays. In light of the series of deliberately distorted one-sided internet reports delivered by Ron Paul activists about what transpired on December 4th at a private Republican dinner event hosted and organized for a local grassroots think tank club called the San Francisco Republican Alliance, I need to respond, especially to the impulsive, disgruntled activists supporting Ron Paul for president. Most were unknown, unfamiliar, and not invited directly by me, and many were libertarians posing as Republicans according to other sources. It is intellectually and ethically unfair to allow one side to be presented without another side. It is intellectually ignorant to make judgments against one person and one incident without the benefit of all possible facets of fact. It is the intelligent, mature course to take instead of basing conclusions on sheer emotional short fuses. To be fair to the legions of Ron Paul supporters who are, as I am too, fed up with the corruption, deceit, lies, waste of our American resources, and the privileges, nearly unconditional privileges being given to illegal aliens, some of them or many of them with criminal records or abusive behavior to women and children in their third world cultures. I encounter the similar social lack of etiquette, lack of people skills, and lack of concept of mutual respect and reciprocity, even from other Republican colleagues with whom I interface on the local Republican Central Committee and other networks. Most of the local Republican leadership establishment seem too obstinate and archaic to join forces with you, with me, and other equally as frustrated Republicans seeking major reforms. If they can't do it for lack of ability, then they don't want anyone else to do it either. Being politically and campaign enthusiastic and emotionally energetic is admirable, but no excuse to be discourteous and inconsiderate of other volunteers, especially me, as I work within meager resources and do my best to make a contribution to the party. My way, not dictated by someone else's whims. Such behavior does send a public message that discredits Ron Paul's platform and the prospect that his people may be just as unreliable as those he would like to remove from office. Without boring most of you with superfluous details, bottom line is that I was ambushed by a bunch of activists who, towards the last minute, they used their cell phones on my private premises to recruit more activists armed with posters to the point where their numbers exceeded. I was led to believe that such considerations would be given to only a few income hardship young age Republicans. The expectations of a small manageable number of individuals who would pay no less than $5 and arrive late enough was not to disrupt my dinner patrons and my other efforts. Instead, the Ron Paul numbers jeopardized my contract of time with the hotel and the excessive numbers which exceeded the legal maximum capacity for the hotel. Breaching legal agreements and breaking the law is not a risk worth taking. Ron Paul people had plenty of time to follow my protocol and make arrangements with me, but they waited cagily until the last minute. That is sneaky and not fair to any organizer where the final hours of any event are always crucial. I also extended protocol to one of Ron Paul's state campaign official coordinators well in advance to participate within my time frame, and she failed to deliver. For those that paid the $5, each one got their money back. I also still made more concessions by allowing some guy called JJ to speak using my paid-for microphone system. And to add insult to injury, it appears that a Ron Paul volunteer was seen stealing one of my expensive wine bottles from a wine set for my son at auction. I may have also lost another auction item which I still can't find. I am fair-minded, and I even offered to consider looking into my already busy schedule to set up a specifically dedicated straw poll somewhere else. But they turned deaf ears. In essence, the only reason I canceled the straw poll was because it was my party, my money, my labors, my skills, my resources, and my commitment to the hotel. All you have done successfully is further polarize an already fragile party. In the Republican Party, at least in San Francisco, my native town, the San Francisco GOP old guard leadership type literally use tactics of divide and conquer within the ranks, pitting one Latino against a Latina and women against women. The objectives have nothing to do with being productive at all, but all to do with the self-perpetuation of a bunch of cronies, both younger age and older, whose insatiable egos need to be constantly fed at everyone else's expense. Please do not make those same mistakes. I am Gail Naylor, president of the San Francisco Republican Alliance, and the only local Republican woman activist and of Hispanic background who aggressively and persistently advocates more sophisticated reforms for the 21st century. Why? To help spare the Republican Party from compromising its moral and ethical values just to survive in the future. Thank you, and again, happy holidays.